Cosmologic here. If you know me personally, or if you follow me on social media, every so often you'll probably hear me talk about power moves. So, what is power moves? First off, the definition of power moves, that's subjective, but I'm going to tell you my definition of power moves. Power moves is making decisions and carrying out plans to further your standing in life, both socially and financially. That's my definition. I'm going to say that again. Power moves, making decisions and carrying out plans to further your standing in life, both socially and financially. That's my definition of power moves. So whenever I'm making a power move, in essence, I'm trying to empower myself. I'm trying to better myself. What's the point of life? What's the point of living if you're just in a constant standstill? If you're not trying to better yourself internally and externally. Now you can define, you can create your own definition of power moves, and I'm pretty sure there are people out there who have their own definition of power moves. But I'm willing to bet that regardless of how other people define power moves, we all have the same thing in common. That it's in essence we're just trying to better ourselves, you know. And the thing about power moves is it's about reaching that next level in your life. You know, I'll give you an example. I have three streams of income. And I'm not saying that in a bragging way because I'm not rich. I'm far from rich. I'm not rich yet. That's that law of attraction, speaking into existence, manifested with actions. So I'm not rich yet. But when I say I have three streams of income, I'm just speaking my current reality and I'm building on that reality. So one day I can make a video and say I have 10 streams of income. But at one point, years ago, I only had one stream of income, and that was a job. And I realized I needed more money. So I applied at other jobs to get another job. And me applying at other jobs, that right there, that whole process of me applying, that was a power move. And me successfully getting the job, the second job, which I'm at now, this is my second job, that was a successful power move. Because you got to understand, sometimes in life, as you probably know, plans, your power moves won't always go your way. And that's fine. You learn from that. Don't let a failed power move discourage you from making more power moves. No, you got to get in the habit of making power moves. So every time a power move fails, you fail in making a power move, you learn from it and you just keep making more because logic dictates the more and more you make, you're going to be successful at some point. So it's like I needed another job. I needed more income. I applied at other jobs. I made that power move. I was successful in that power moves. Then boom, two streams of income. Then I learned about investing. That's my third stream of income. Every month I get money from my investments. It's called dividends. You can look that up. But me gaining that knowledge, growing in knowledge is a successful power move. Every time you grow in knowledge that can benefit you, knowledge you can use, that's a successful power move because ignorance is dangerous on many fucking levels. Ignorance is dangerous. So me learning how to invest, gaining that knowledge, that was a power move. And me actually taking actions off of that knowledge, you know what I'm saying? That's the power move. Because you got to understand about knowledge. Knowledge in itself is power. Some people would disagree with that, but some people will say knowledge put to use is power. You know what I'm saying? They're both true. Knowledge in essence is power because I can have knowledge that there's some fucking hungry lions in that cage. Just that knowledge alone, you know what I'm saying? It's power because I know not to go in that fucking that fucking cave. I meant to say cave. I know not to go in that fucking cave because there's some hungry fucking lions in there. You know what I'm saying? But then there's some knowledge that is useless if you don't act upon it. So both statements are true. So I don't want to deviate too much on that. But so I gained that knowledge of how to invest, and then I act upon that knowledge, and I created a perpetual cycle of getting dividends every month from my investment. So that put me in a position now where I have three streams of income. But see, I'm still not where I want to be financially. So I'm constantly thinking of ways to increase my standing financially. I'm constantly making more power moves. Sometimes my power moves financially go my way, and I'm like, hell yeah. Then sometimes they don't. I'm like, oh fuck. But I don't let that stop me. I just keep making power moves. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is about power moves, you got to be flexible because unfortunately, I'll give you an example. God is my witness. I seriously had a plan to start my own business going into 2020. My boss here at my second job, like I like this dude a lot. Like he really gave me extra motivation because your foundation needs to be your own motivation in life. My boss here gave me extra motivation to to get my business started as soon as possible. Because in my mind, I was thinking I needed a certain amount of money. And he broke that down. He was like, DeMarcus, he showed me different ways how I can start my business now without having a certain amount of money. And I was like, oh, damn. So he gave me that extra motivation. So this was like in 2019, we had this long talk. And so I'm going into 2020, like, okay, by like March and April, I'm going to start my own business. Boom, COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like delayed that power move. But that power move is still there. It's just delayed. So it's like you got to be, basically what I'm saying, you got to be flexible to the unexpected in life. Don't let it stop you. Sometimes you got to put stuff on hold, some power moves on hold because of the unexpected. Then sometimes you might just have to try a different method. Because sometimes in life our plans, or AKA our power moves, don't work. It's not because they're impossible to work, it's because our methods are wrong. So that's why it's good to talk to people you trust, talk to other knowledgeable, wise people, because they can look at things from a perspective you're not looking at. Like I said, my boss here, he gave me a different perspective on how to start my business now. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, from my perspective, I had to wait till I reach a certain level of money. So surround yourself with people who are also making power moves. Surround yourself with people who are action oriented, who are always getting knowledge, so you can confide in them. You got to be able to trust them, because there's some wicked people out here. They're gonna try to directly, indirectly, distract you and poison you and just stop you from bettering yourself. Some people out here are just fucking sad. They just don't want to see people win in life. Also, power moves, don't get it wrong. I don't want you to misinterpret what I'm saying. Power moves is just not financial. Like I said, you make your own definition of what power moves is, but in essence, power moves is about betterment. It's about empowerment. You losing weight is power moves, because one of the greatest forms of wealth is health. Health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? So you losing weight, like if your doctor say, hey, you're overweight for your height, you're overweight for your size, and you work hard every day, you make the sacrifices, you put that work in, and you lose like 20, 50 pounds, you just made a huge power move. You feel me? You just made a huge power move, because you've put yourself in a position to live longer. You've put yourself in a position to feel better, to have more energy every day. What's the point of being rich as Jeff Bezos, or powerful as Donald Trump if you fucking sick all day? So health is a fucking power move. Going out and meeting new positive people, having people in your life that you can trust. You're making these new people and incorporating them in your social circle. That's a power move. So power moves comes in many forms of fashion. So I would encourage everyone to create their own you can take my definition, that's fine. I would encourage everyone to create or find their own definition of power moves, and every day, step by step, just make power moves, and just know that your power moves won't always go your way, but as long as you keep consistently making power moves, I promise you, some power moves will go your way. And I don't like to use the word promise too loosely, but as long as you are realistic and you're putting actions behind your realistic power moves, some power moves will go your way. So this is Cosmo Logic saying, just stay focused on your journey, make power moves, because life is about progression, in my opinion. Life is about betterment. Don't get caught up on some standstill where you're talking shit, but you're not doing shit. Like I told you, at one point, I only had one stream of income. Now I got 3. I'm far from rich, but I want to be making a video one day where I have 10 and I can encourage people to level up. I got friends who are doing better than me financially, but at one point they didn't have shit. But they went in, they was just making them power moves. They was just out there hustling. Shout out to my boy BG, Brandon Foster. He one of those friends, you know what I'm saying? Be down in the mud, get back up, living like a king. You know what I'm saying? So I try my best to surround myself with people who are making power moves, because they help me to stay focused on my power moves. So I just want everybody out there, make power moves. Better your life on your terms by your definition. Cosmo Logic out. Peace, prosperity.